Hello, Galaxy. I forgot what I was going to say next. Oh man, it's been that kind of. I swear to God, I wasn't sure where I was going. I know where I was going with it, but man,
your mic sounded hot too. Anyway,
did it?
Yep.
Is it a hot mic?
It was over. Whenever you said "Hello, Galaxy."
Yeah, but it looked fine on this end.
I don't know.
Maybe I just need to whisper. I'm telling you, the way my day's gone, it just would not surprise me.
No, I get you.
Oh my God, I'm done. I swear to God, I'm done. Like, the fact that I even made it this far into the day is shocking. And I guess it's not even done yet, because we haven't even started with today's news and tech deals. Though I do need to mention before too long that I'm right now, as of this very moment, going to be sending out the email newsletter. Wait, I think it's ready to go. Yeah, I don't know if we're missing any deals in the edit. Hang on. You've got one. You started a new one.
Yeah, I didn't see the old one already up there.
The old one is titled, "This may be the last Samsung device I ever bought."
That's my fault.
It's not your fault. What I'm going to do is collaboration. I'm just basically cutting those deals from where you had them into the new one. And then I'm basically sending out the email newsletter with all the, not all the videos and not all the updates from this past week, but a good chunk of them, including the recent TLDR, the Samsung nightmare scenario that I've been going through, because everything's ready, everything's set. This post is definitely for everyone. Everyone can comment. And now it's going to ask me if I want to add the subscribe buttons. Sure, why not? And away it goes. The free email newsletter is being distributed to 20,000 people or something like that. Ish, give or take. But I wanted to get that done. That was a note that I had on my screen. One more task. That was today's Monday, is just pounding through task after task after task after task. Let me tell you, pounding is the right word, because as soon as I thought I was done, they pulled me back in. And that's exactly how my day went. I was doing a lot of small things that seemingly added up. Things that I tend to queue in batches. Plus, there's going to be a time over the next couple of weeks when I think we'll continue to do TLDR. It'll just be I'm doing it from a hotel room, because we're going to have to be out of the house for the most part during most of the day, and certainly the night, because we're getting the floors redone. So they're like the hardwood floors. This is in conjunction with, you might remember, the burst pipe in and around 2 days before Christmas. The burst pipe hit, and that was fun. Not really. Fun was not the word I would use. But it's taken them this long to get going with the facilitating the repairs. So yeah, it's happening. Tomorrow they're going to start on the room, and then I think a week or so from now they're going to do the hardwood floors just outside the room. So it's going to be done piecemeal, but the good news is it should be done by the end of the month, and not a moment too soon. Because I've been dealing with that. I've had to basically ignore the front room because it's just such a mess. Right. I'm just like, okay, I got to look past the mess. I got to look past it for now. I hate messes. I try to keep things as much as I love collecting. There's a rhyme and reason to that stuff. But like when just garbage starts, getting piled on top of it, and I don't get through it, I get very frustrated, and then I lose time, and then I get caught up on a million other things. So that's been the feel of my Monday. What happened overnight on the stream, as well as on MakerDeck, is you might have seen the spaghetti. I had. Oh yeah, we've also got. Let's see here. At this moment, Z and Z is being broadcast in the MakerDeck channel. You might have seen on YouTube. You might have seen this overnight. This would be Muppet pubic hair. That. What else did you think it was?
Nothing. It's exactly what it was.
I'm telling you. So anyway, you probably saw that on my 3D printer. And Easter grass, I think not. So that happened. So I woke up to that mess, and then my hot end was all coated, and then I dealt with cloth on tie. So that was just the start of it. That was just the start of the Monday. No. The official start was Glendon calling to tell me, but Glendon called literally at the same time that my alarm was going off, even though I didn't set the alarm. It's when I had to fiddle with it because of this stupid daylight saving time. Like, I don't understand why I have to save daylight. I hate daylight. I want it to go away. I want to move to the planet. I'm sorry, move to the part of the planet or the planet. Move to the part of the planet where the sun does not shine for like 6 months. That's where I want to live. They probably don't have internet though, so that's a definitely
Probably not.
Yeah, I used to want a figurine or something in a TikTok clip. Oh my god, look, I 3D printed pubic hair. This is a super realistic statue. Look at that. I found a use for.
Yeah.
I should do that. You're right, Hugo. That might make 2 people laugh. That's the state of my jokes. I think it's funny, and then like 2 other people do as well. That's the story of my life. So anyway, it has been a series of moments today. Thank you for bearing with. Got a stack of tech news to dive into, though I'm not sure where we left off. Do you remember one of the last stories we covered on Friday?
Pull it up here.
Because I looked and I don't know if it's the HomePod display or if it's the developer having created an emulator that can play old iPhone games on a computer.
We did both of those.
Okay. Did we talk about vinyl outselling CDs for the first time since 1987? We did not.
And I'm excited about that one.
Okay, well, we just did now. So, okay. That's the next topic is after that. Sorry. Ha ha ha. I was going to move on from that. Okay, we're coming back to it. Apparently, vinyl records are outselling CDs for the first time since 1987. Well, this I guess it doesn't surprise me because people stopped really listening to CDs. I mean, not wholesale, but like everyone moved to the mobile application, right? Or using it in a car, or streaming it online. They're not really grabbing physical media. Moreover, physical media is starting to deteriorate. And that's the thing that most don't realize is that you have all these CDs and they may be broken.
Mm-hmm.
By the time you go to use them. So it hasn't happened, but usually like once a year I do kind of a spring cleaning and go through like stuff that I'm like, we're never going to use this. It's not going to get used. It's forget about it. And I've got so many CDs that I'm just like, I know nothing about this artist. I don't care about this artist. Gone. Like, I mean, I used to sell the stuff back when you could, but now forget about it. So I'm basically going to go through and eliminate a good chunk of CDs this summer. That's the plan. And I've accrued them for over the years. I'll save, a few, the sentimental ones, or the ones that I like, or the ones that I enjoy. But some of them I just picked up and I'm just like, I don't know why I have this, but I have it for no reason apart from just having it. So I go through those things and prune them. I don't have a vinyl. I do have a record player. It's not great. It's just a Crosley, the Star Wars one.
Mm-hmm.
But I have
said the C word.
Oh, is that bad?
Well, to me it is.
It's a bad one?
Well, yeah.
Crosley?
Yeah.
Thank you for the follow, Texas. Appreciate it. Welcome in. We're in the middle of a geek out doing TLDR, nightly tech news and tech deals. So why is Crosley bad? I mean, they did the Star Wars player. How bad?
It's on the lower end stuff.
Okay.
I mean, it may not be bad, but there's not really much of an upgrade path on them usually. Like,
why would I need an upgrade path?
Well, you can change the stylus to get better sound out of it.
Okay, I guess I just collected it then.
You may have.
Yeah. No, I have. But we're not power record.
Right. And for somebody that's not, you would think that exact same thing.
Yeah. I think I've got 2 or 3 vinyl. I've got a Weird Al that I think I thrifted, or it was given to me. I got the Star Wars Christmas album that I wanted to get on vinyl.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe a They Might Be Giants or 2 and the Muppet movie I found on vinyl. I decided to get it. There are a few vinyl records that I have, largely based on, nostalgia. Hello, because that's when, vinyl was around, but I have not necessarily pursued the vinyl as a format. I'm not being an audiophile, but you're into vinyl.
Yes. Yeah.
Why?
Well, it was nostalgic to me. I remember being a kid and was just fascinated by it with my dad. Whenever he would play a record, dropping that needle, and hearing the sound and the rotation of the turntable, and it just took me back to simpler times. And I started collecting vinyl several years back, whenever it wasn't as popular as it
Mm.
is now, and it was a lot cheaper to buy then too. Um, but there wasn't as much that was out there. So it was kind of a trade off. There was more vintage stuff out there for a lot reasonable price, a lot more reasonable price, but you didn't have as much new vinyl being pressed then.
But look at this. Vinyl is like bringing in 1.7 billion.
Yeah,
Wait, sorry, physical media brought in 1.7. 1.2 billion brought in from vinyl. Look at that.
it's not surprising. It's huge right now.
I mean, I've seen new records being pressed, but I'm just like,
Hmm.
okay, that's cute. But I'm not, again, I'm not, even the Star Wars stuff. It's just, yeah, it's pretty cool. But, I do have a Star Wars. I do have a couple Star Wars on vinyl. That said, I do have a couple of Star Wars. So there are, I will, if I go thrifting, sometimes I don't do it all the time. Sometimes I'm just kind of like in and out with when I do the IRL. Maybe I'll flip through the records here.
Yeah, that would
Maybe
be
we'll do
cool.
that tomorrow. If
Yeah,
enough
Dan
people
Drake,
can
you're
do it.
right. It is great, and more money goes directly to the artist with vinyl.
With vinyl.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and physical media.
Okay, well, with physical media, yeah, that
Yeah,
makes sense.
yeah.
And I guess audiophiles say that you get a better sound, a richer sound out of vinyl. But again, I'm not.
Yep, you can. It just depends on your setup, really. There's more that goes into it than just the record player
Right.
or your stylus. It depends
Right.
on your preamp and your speakers and your amplifier and so on and so forth.
What
I prefer the sound out of a vinyl record over CD and MP3 digital.
I don't know if I necessarily have a preference, but it's interesting how we went from this idea of analog,
Mm-hmm.
digital, yay, and now we're going back. Right? Remember how digital was all the
Yep.
rage? Hey Jedi,
Yep.
what's up? What's going on? Can I help you? Middle of TLDR. Yes. Why are you staring at me and raising your eyebrows? What? Yes. You've taken a bath. That's great. That's awesome. So it's interesting. We've kind of come full circle. Went from analog to digital, digital back to analog. Everything old is new again, right?
Yep.
And it hasn't necessarily lost anything either. I mean, there's I could probably play a record, though. Like I said, I haven't. I have the old, like the Star Wars, the record on 45. Right?
Uh-huh. Yep.
And listen to them like once or twice, but didn't, honestly didn't really, apart from the, ooh, this is pretty cool, beyond
Right.
that, didn't really do much with it. I think my mom has some old records probably stored in horrible condition, from our childhood that, eventually I'm sure we'll find again. Or just get on the internet and listen to. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I bought all these CDs
Mm-hmm.
and got them quote unquote on digital, remastered and all that, and then I never touched them because everything went to internet, or streaming. Pretty not long that thereafter. I'll hold on to them and indefinitely. The ones that I might care about, but the value of them, is diminished. Sometimes I just want to listen to the song. I don't necessarily care about the format of the where the music is being stored. The format's less important for me in some respects. I feel differently, like, about other things in my life, right? Like, some people love collecting JPEGs, aka NFTs. We're coming back to that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not into that at all. I'm not interested in collecting screenshots like that. The maybe at one time, in the beginning of the internet, where you kind of had to. Nowadays, you can just go online and get them. So yeah, I mean, it's fascinating to me. So you're actively buying vinyl,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
thrifting?
Both thrifting and new releases. I've got a really, really nice record shop that's local to me, about 15 minutes away.
You got all the nice things: comic shop, record shop.
Yeah. They do thrifting. They buy like estate sales and stuff like that, so they keep
Nice.
inventory on hand all the time.
Yeah.
Plus, they
Well,
have new records that are released now too. So
if you see, like, I mean, you probably grabbed the Star Wars ones.
I do. Yeah.
The Weird Al. I've been trying to get. I've been looking for Weird Al's on record.
Okay.
I've got the Christmas in the Stars was the one that I really wanted because I didn't know it even existed when I was a kid. I only found out about it because Amazon released it on CD. I'm like, what is this? That was so amazing. That was like an amazing Christmas. I'll never forget it. I'm like, what? This is horrible, but it's great. Now I love it. It's like my favorite Christmas album now of all time. Of all time.
I've never even heard it.
Really? The Star Wars Christmas album?
Oh,
Christmas,
no, the Star Wars Christmas album I have. I thought you were
yeah.
talking about a Weird Al Christmas album.
No. There's no. He's done Weird Al, or he's done like Christmas songs, like The Night Santa Went Crazy, Christmas at Ground Zero, but nothing. He's never done an album like that. No, he did. I don't think he did enough music for it. Moving on to the next bit, we have a 502 bad gateway. This is a. Let me try hitting refresh. There we go. Yes, ChatGPT is coming for your office job. White collar workers may soon face the AI disruption everyone's been panicking about, but the news may be better than you think. Yeah, I don't know. And I know why. I was like, why is this article showing up all wonky? There we go. I needed to turn off AMP. You just got to delete it from the URL, the slug. I do not want to unlock the world of Wired. Thank you very much. So, we've been talking about this for a fair amount of time. Whether or not something like a ChatGPT is going to replace you. I don't know if it's going to happen immediately, but I will say this. When I'm pounding through tasks, like today, I was processing videos for YouTube, and with YouTube, you got to like do metadata. So what I was doing was, for a couple of them, I was writing paragraphs around the topics that were written. But then, like in terms of making tags, I'm like, I don't know what tags are going to be used. And I used ChatGPT, and it streamlined it to the point where I know I saved at least an hour in having to do that on my own. At least, if not more. Because this is manual labor. You can't just, you can't just guess. You've got to you got to be accurate. So you got to think through, well, what's a tag I can start with? What can I use here for this video? How would I, what would I use here? And in each instance, when I recorded these videos, I was going off a very short list, like 3 things about one topic or another that I might have wanted to cover in a couple of minutes, which I'm going to apparently have to condense down to a minute and a half. I took that content, and instead of sending it on to, let's say, a writer or passing it on to an assistant who I don't have, I was able to pass it through ChatGPT, and it fleshed it out, and it did a good enough job. I'm like, this is great. Copy paste, done. So work that would otherwise have been, something that I would have had to buy, rent into. It basically saved someone from getting paid. Not that I would have paid them, but my time is worth money too. So I have to consider that in the calculation, not just, farming out that important task to someone. The time that I have to spend doing it can be streamlined too. And that's time savings. Again, when you're thinking like someone who's hiring one person or another, especially for manual things that might be considered white collar, this is it's not just a party trick. I mean, this is coming.
Oh yeah.
And it's going to happen, like not at all. And then all of a sudden, I think that's how it's going to play out.
Yeah. I've got a friend that works in cybersecurity and system analysis, and he's already using it himself on the daily. He said, I talked to him about it earlier today, helping him code. Oh
yeah.
Yep.
Just getting you further along, right?
Yeah.
And imagine, like, okay, we need to translate this. This program was written in Fortran, and we're moving to C++. I don't know. I'm just pulling this out. Right. Well, there are utilities now, maybe not ChatGPT, but utilities that will take one set of code and translate it into another. That would have been manual labor. That would have been how much expertise needed to be able to do something like that. Now, click of a button, computers can do that. So I think there are going to be massive efficiencies with code, which doesn't mean that you shouldn't look at it. Just like, you know, I gave ChatGPT the assignment and it mostly understood it, but I still had to look at it and go, yeah, that's not right. Oh, let me just cut this out. Let me, modify that. So there still needed to be some degree of intelligence, but the amount of time that is saved should only increase productivity, but should also decrease the need for an employer to bring on 10 people when 5 would suffice.
Correct. Yep. And that's what he said. He said he used it to to save time from sending it on to someone else to take a look at it before he basically, proofread it himself to go over it and make sure and he's using it as a starting tool, laying the groundwork with that code and then going in and then updating it on his own and making the corrections where it's needed.
We're just in the beginning. Like, this is just 6 months in. Like, a year from, it's gonna, it is just taking off.
Oh, it's taking off
gonna
quick.
Get more and more advanced, faster and faster and faster. So yeah, I'm not joking about this. It's definitely a concern. Like, what are things you got to think about the future? What can you do to safeguard given that we're in this economy, right? What can you do to safeguard what it is that you do? And I think going as manual as doing tasks that require human behavior, right? I think are going to become that much more important. Like, even here doing live streaming, and this is like, nobody's automated here. When you're playing a game, you're not automated. Glendon, by the way, is going to be installing a video card soon.
Yep.
And the keyboard building is rescheduled for this weekend?
Yep, it's going to be Saturday.
Okay, and you'll see Glendon playing game. His internet was going kind of burpy today.
Yeah, it was been in and out for the most part of the afternoon.
Otherwise, you'd see Glendon here on, I would call it a Minecraft Monday, but as my initial concern was, I don't think we have enough Minecrafters out there to play Minecraft to say Minecraft Monday.
Yeah, so I don't play it myself. So
it was worth saying, but I can't play it because otherwise I get barfy, and I'm sorry, I'm not into throwing up for entertainment.
Yeah,
not my thing.
I'm not into watching you do it, so that's a good thing.
Good. Oh man, for real? Okay, hang on just a second. I gotta find.
Yep.
I gotta find. I had a link and it worked fine before, but now it doesn't. So it was like one of those. It was one of those websites that you go to and it costs you they want you to do a subscription.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna go that far. But the news article was basically suggesting, and this is linked on Discord. Tim Cook is pressed ahead with an MR headset to debut in 2023, overruling Apple designers. So yikes.
Yeah.
Yikes. I've had reservations about Apple's quality control, and this is just underscoring that. Designers are pushing back. I don't know if they're the people who design the hardware, the software, the experience, but this would give me pause in wanting to move ahead, because I'd love to try one, if only because I know people are going to go gaga over it, right?
Oh yeah.
But knowing that it could just very well be pissing away $3,000 too. But this is the news. He says, yeah, we're doing it. And Apple designers are like, no. And Tim Cook says, yeah. What have I said? I have said that Tim Cook is not a product guy.
Nope.
This is not a product-focused company. They're cranking out products, absolutely. But they have no vision. They have no direction. They have no strategy in how to make these experiences work better and more seamless than they do. And you might say, well, they're fine now. I'm like, you don't understand. I don't think you do. If Tim Cook was a product guy, there's zero doubt in my mind. I'd be over the moon with Apple stuff right now. But as it stands, nah. This is why there needs to be a product CEO. But we're probably not going to see that until earliest 2027, because that's when Cook's shares vest. So that's 4 years from now. So 4 years from now, we may get a different Apple. And the hope would be we get an Apple that returns Apple to more of a Jobsian Apple than a Cookian Apple. That's me.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I mean, it's really says something whenever the information coming from the designers are falling on deaf ears, and he's wanting to roll with it anyway.
Well, because he's trying to please shareholders and
100%. That's all it is. Appease the shareholders, and and get it out there in the market. Um, yeah, you're right. I've got nothing else to add to that. I mean, if we did have somebody that was, a product person in charge, it would be a completely different story.
So yeah, that was I guess a wake up call, splashing cold water in your face. Yeah, Tim Cook wants to say go go go, and designers are saying no no no. Sorry, I'm trying to get my chair to lean back right, but it's just so old. It constantly creeps back. All right, that's just for you to know. FYI, no surprises there. This is also shouldn't come as a surprise. LinkedIn apparently has been testing that it's using AI to help write posts for users to chat about. And quite honestly, a lot of LinkedIn is boring as hell. I mean, I use it. I have to use it at this stage. If I don't love using it, I'm not that interested in using it. It's a lot of braggadocio, a lot of back patting, and like, look at the
Right.
things I did, or oh, I can't find a job. It's just like it's a horrible social network for that. Decent for connecting with other people, but it's just blah. It is not a fun place. There's no way on God's green earth. I mean, maybe you just love talking about what it is and where you work. I don't know. I guess I've never been that guy. So LinkedIn is using AI to basically generate content. So at what point are all your social networks going to be generated by robots? Some have argued the bots took over Twitter. I mean, yeah, to a certain degree, they wouldn't be wrong. But we are coming to a point where these platforms that are pushing for more eyeballs and more engagement are going to turn to AI to fill those gaps, and then eventually sideline or sidestep the creators. You may not see it right now, but cut out your costs. Improve your retention, and if they can do that by powering it by AI, and it keeps people connected and watching, and they're able to generate more revenue, why wouldn't they do that? So yeah, a semi-automatic social network is coming, if not already here. How does that change social media? Well, right now you can assume, by and large, apart from catfishing, maybe, that the person you're talking to is real, or a bot, right? They're real. They're not driven by software. But at some point, this is going to be forget saying the norm, but there's going to be more AI personas driving things.
And we're never going to know when the change happens.
Well, it's just gonna get slipstreamed.
Yep.
Heaven banning, the hypothetical practice of banishing a user from a platform by causing everyone that they speak to be replaced by AI models that constantly agree and praise them, but only from their own perspective, is entirely feasible with the current state of all large language models. Heaven banning. So you understand what that is?
Yeah.
Okay. It's interesting that we're now gaming ourselves in gaming the system. What does that? How does a social network then? How is it defined at that point? If it's no longer people, is it social?
It's not social at that point, in my opinion.
I don't even think it's an opinion. I think it's just a fact.
It's an appeasing network.
Well, we're seeing that change is coming. Even if it's not you, even if you don't think it's going to be connected to you in any way, shape, or form, you're wrong. You are mistaken. This is kind of a funny share. I grew up with Showbiz Pizza, and then Chuck E. Cheese, I think, acquired Showbiz Pizza.
Yep, same.
They still use Chuck E. Cheese, or Chuck E. Cheese still uses floppy disks, at least for now, for their animatronics. And I guess, sadly, their animatronics are going to get nuked. Like they're going away, and they're going to replace the animatronics with the dance floor, which I don't know. I've been to a Chuck E. Cheese, in recent years. There's the Chuck E. Cheese, or the Showbiz Pizza Man on TikTok. He's got a TikTok, very popular TikTok, talking about how the behind the scenes of Showbiz Pizza. Well, what used to be a Showbiz Pizza is now a Chuck E. Cheese. And if you want to like trip nostalgic, you got to watch this guy. It's actually a very interesting TikTok feed. Having grown up with it, so I've been to a Chuck E. Cheese, and yeah, it's fun-ish. But I'm like, I guess I remember the way I remember a lot of that stuff back in the day. It used to be a lot more playful. I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe it was just because as young as I was, and now they're talking about eliminating these animatronics. I'm like, and replacing it with a dance floor. I'm like, really?
that's not Chuck E. Cheese. That's
I
not showbiz. You're
I don't
taking away the heart.
I don't know. What was the guy? What was the girl's name? Oh, it's right on the tip of my tongue too. But Fats? No, Bats.
But
Oh, what was the gorilla from Showbiz? Bats, Fats. Oh, come on, man.
Fats Geronimo.
Fats, was it Fats Geronimo?
Yes,
You had to Google it.
I did Google it.
That's funny. I was like, it was Fats something. It was Bats.
Yep, you were right.
Fats.
It's Fats.
Okay, I couldn't remember the last name though. It's so funny. Things is creepy as hell.
Oh
But
yeah,
it was fun. It was like I remember.
I loved
remember
it as a
vividly.
kid at Showbiz Pizza, going and seeing the animatronics and listening to them, and then the arcades that they had set up, and it was
Yeah,
just a simpler time. It was a lot of fun, and I just can't imagine going into a Chuck E. Cheese slash Showbiz Pizza and not seeing that anymore with a dance floor.
I guess that's
Come
what.
on, give us a hologram or something.
Some. I'd imagine upkeep, right? I'd imagine because these
Sure.
things break all the time.
Oh, I would
would
hate
make
to know the
sense.
maintenance for those.
But at the same time, I mean, that's what made it. That's kind of what made it fun and different is that you had the puppets and the animatronics and the fun music in the arcade,
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to going to Pizza Hut, which might have had a couple of arcade machines, but
Yep.
beyond that, not so much. You had some local stuff, had the arcade, but also now we have Dave and Buster's, and there's also locally there's a place that kind of has an arcade. I haven't had a chance to go yet. I do want to go. Probably I'll probably make an excuse to go when we're staying in the hotel because it's like, well, what are we gonna do? Let's go
Yeah.
let's go to that joint. Dandrak could walk us through all the maintenance because he was a tech manager for a Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So anyway, thought that was kind of funny, and also to note that apparently they're getting rid of a lot of that fun stuff soon. Not sure if this is as exciting to cover, but this is I learned something. The Amish are loving electric bikes, and you thought, wait a minute, I didn't think the Amish could do electricity. Well, apparently they can. It comes down to each particular group or family in
Mm-hmm.
terms of our community as to what they use or what they don't use. So that surprised me. I'm like, wait, what? So they're using it. They find it easier to go into town rather than taking a horse and buggy, right? Easier to park, easier to get in and out. So yeah, this is the big news is that Amish communities don't totally shun electricity and technology.
Okay. Who would have thought?
I did not. I was not thinking that until this. So Amish have ridden. I haven't even ridden an electric bike. The Amish have gone further than I with the electric bikes. This I thought was kind of interesting. It's a free app on iOS or Android, and I downloaded it for Jedi because I thought it would be kind of fun. And what you do is you draw, so it's free, iOS or Android, and you draw something, you sketch it out, and then you tell it what you drew, and then what AI will do is basically create a more vivid scene out of the sketch, right? So you say, I'm drawing a dog on the ocean, or I'm drawing a pumpkin in a pumpkin patch. And so it will take and extrapolate and create art effectively out of the scribble.
Wow.
So I thought that was.
It's
I thought that was
making
neat.
my art not suck,
Yeah,
basically.
no, I mean, like, I thought it was just. I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting, actually.
Yeah, I like it. I'm gonna have to try it.
It's called. Let's see if I got the name again. See, there's a B.
Mm-hmm.
Magic. Where is it? Kids Draw Magic. I'll download it here. I put it on. Like I said, I downloaded it on Jedi's iPad. She used it once or twice. Whether or not she uses it indefinitely, I don't know. I thought it was neat. I was like, I'd never seen anything quite like this. I think only 100 people have downloaded it so far. So it's not a very popular app. I mean, it's brand new, but I'm just what?
So who owns that art then?
Who what?
Who owns the art? I mean,
I'd imagine the person drawing it, because it's in the app.
Okay.
Like you're not signing any licenses or agreements or anything like that. Whoa. Okay, this is my whoa. So what I was gonna do. Let's see if I can use my S Pen in doing this. I don't know. Oh God, that's really thick. They don't give you a lot of options, like. And there's no undo button. It doesn't. I don't think it likes the stylus. I think that's the problem.
Could be.
No, I know it is.
Okay.
So what I'm gonna have it do is gonna. I drew. Wait, hang on. Can I go back? Well, it's been closed. I'm drawing a picture of. I drew a picture of me here.
Yep.
As I've downloaded it, drew a picture of me, and I'm gonna press the self portrait. Draw it. And this is let the magic begin. And then give it a tiny bit. I don't know if it does local processing or remote processing.
That's creepy.
Hey, thank you, Base 7248. Welcome in. Yeah, look at that. So it drew me. Yeah, so look, it interpreted my drawing, my sketch as that. Or I can press the magic again. You can save them too. You can save all the images.
Oh, that one's cool. I like that.
That was kind of neat. I like that one. Yeah, like a three-eyed me.
Yeah.
So that one's pretty close. That one's really close. And like I said, you can so then you got them generated, and you can just keep generating and generating based upon a simple sketch.
That's pretty. Ooh, that one's like a three-dimensional.
Yeah, so I'd imagine this is like a stable diffusion type of experience. And they must run it locally. Or maybe it is being sent remotely. But they do it up. Each one of the styles is very kid-like, very vibrant, typical vibrant colors, right? If you describe it. And granted, that was just garbage because the stylus was kind of kicking off. But it did a pretty decent job. It did not bad for a weekend hack. That's what they did. So I saw that and I'm like, oh, what? That's neat. Another neat thing is this. I keep warning you that the AI is going to take your jobs. Right now, they are hiring AI music-driven deep learning engineers. So,
wow.
Yeah, if you want to develop and maintain AI-driven music solutions, this would be a good job for you to apply for. But you have to have strong programming skills in Python and or JavaScript. Future Music is the company hiring. Or let's generate another job. You can get hired for to be a multidimensional fashion psychic. Acme Cyberware is hiring for that, and you can generate another job here. A Martian AI diversity recruiter. Looks like Interstellar Inclusion Group is hiring for that. Orion Enterprises is hiring for an astrolinguistics and mythology genius. All these jobs. Brainwave-based interior designer. Anybody? What about a time-traveling life coach?
That's me.
Is it? Is that you?
Yep. I'm going to put in for that.
So anyway, so this is It's a website someone set up. This job does not exist. It is just free. Just press the button over and over and over and over again. And yeah, if you're asking Tweety this, if I missed the comment, or if you're commenting after I was talking about the app, the Draw app that we've linked to there on Discord is free, no ads or anything. It was just quick and simple. I'm like, this is actually kind of neat. Let me put it this way: I may actually keep it just for like, okay, draw a sun, like in a quick thing, and then have it do something. I'm like, yeah, that's great, fun, playful, it's free. Nice app to have at your disposal. So anyway, this job does not exist. You know what else does not exist? NFTs on Facebook and Instagram. They're giving up. They're saying no on NFTs for Facebook and Instagram. I hope we're done with NFTs for a while there. It just seemed like everything was NFT this, NFT that, and people were all into it. But it's just like, yeah, I don't know. I'm not as.
I never understood it. It never appealed to me.
I get it, but it's at the same time, I see no value in it. I get it. You're buying it and it's limited edition and the provenance, etc. But like, it's a digital graphic, and you don't have something to hold on to, and it's only worth as much as everyone says they believe it's worth, right? And it's just, if you can't get enough people to believe in it, it's not a religion. So I'm grateful that in fact, we go over to trends.google.com to search for NFT. So here we have, okay, this is interest over time. That's past day. Let's go past 5 years. So there's the interest, right? So 2001, a little bit, and all of a sudden 2001, 2002, or 2020, sorry, 2021, bit of a lull, and then all of a sudden everyone's talking about it. End of 2021, 2022, and then all of a sudden just this huge crash.
Yep.
Spike, but then a crash. So yeah, there's NFTs for you. And if you did not know about the Google Trends tool, it's amazing. Yep. Facebook's moving on to potentially prioritize other values to support creators and people and businesses. So the digital collectibles are going bye-bye. Not much else to say about that. I'm not an NFT proponent, and I figured it was just a matter of time before they went away, or at least for now. And when they come back again, if they come back again, they'd come back, I'd imagine, with improvements. Whatever that looks like, I couldn't tell you. Discord's revising its privacy policy after backlash over AI. If you missed that memo, Discord's rolling out integration or AI features powered by like Midjourney or OpenAI foundations. OpenAI makes ChatGPT, but when they made these changes and announced that they're basically infusing Clyde with better AI features, they changed their privacy policy, suggesting that they would store the contents of video or voice calls or channels. And people were up in arms for obvious reasons. Like, this was just a change that they did not agree to. Well, they rolled back that change. So they did update the original blog post here with answers and links to some of the frequently asked questions about settings, privacy, and data. So they responded real quickly to this. But look at this. Instead of feeling out of the loop after taking some time away IRL, AI-generated conversation summaries can bundle streams of messages into topics you can quickly catch up or join in on what matters most to you. So you can now do that within Discord, which is nice. I could use that certainly in some of the back channels that I'm in. Like, every time I'm like, what the hell is going on here? What's happening there? So it's a great way of catching up, and I'm glad they're doing something like that. I'm also glad that they've come forward. Oh, look, Avatar Remix, whiteboard with AI preview. So there's the whiteboard feature. Discord also has the AI incubator, and then of course, as I said in here, they updated the privacy policy here, or privacy policy. So that's it. That's all I have for the news roundup over the past weekend or so. You got a few tech deals, Glendon?
I do. Yep, I do have some. All right. Now, the first one is one that you sent me, Chris. And I'm going to go ahead and kind of do this one as an overview. It was the PC deals that you sent me from the article. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this up here. So it's just listed in Discord under several PC deals under our sales deals and discounts. Okay. If anybody wants to follow along, you can.
And you're able to screen share?
Yep, I'll do it now. I just forgot about that.
All good. Yeah, I almost forgot about it as well. Until I needed it, and I'm like, oh yeah, I needed to do that.
All right, so here in the column over on the right side, I've got the links to each one of them. I'm going to go ahead and click this first one. Let me know if you can still see with me.
Yeah, we can see Discord.
Okay, so you don't see the other window now?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to share the tab. Yeah. That's usually what I've done if I'm not using OBS to screen share within StreamYard. Who is a sponsor?
Let me get it.
That's okay. Don't worry about it. Let's not fiddle with it. What do you got?
All right. The first one is an Acer Aspire TC 1760. It is a desktop computer. It's geared more toward low-end gaming. It's got an i5 12400. You get just the tower only with this version. Right now, it's $549. That's 11% off. Normally, it's $619. That is a 6-core processor. You get 12 gigs of DDR4 RAM and a 512 gigabyte NVMe hard drive or SSD.
Fast.
And yeah, for sure. Wi-Fi 6 on this. So it's not 6E, but it's still ample for sure. I don't even have but like 2 devices that can even use 6E myself. So if you're looking for an entry-level PC, that's a good option for you there. The next one that I have is an HP Pavilion gaming desktop powered by a Ryzen 5700G processor. It has an RTX. It's an older graphics card, but again, if you're looking to get into PC gaming, this could be another stepping stone. It's got an RTX 2060, 16 gigabytes of RAM, 1 terabyte SSD, and Windows 11 Pro on this one. This is normally $1,314. It's on sale 24% off right now for $999. The next one that I have on this list of PCs is the HP Envy desktop. This one's quite a bit of a step up here. This one has, an RTX 3070 in it, 12th generation Intel Core i9 processor, 16 gigs of RAM, 1 terabyte SSD, and Windows 11 Home as well. This one has Wi-Fi and Bluetooth enabled into it as well. Like I said, this one is a bigger jump up because you get the 3070 with the 8 gigabytes of dedicated memory or VRAM on the graphics card. So you're getting a lot more bang for your buck with this, but it's still a great price. $1,229, 28% off of its normal listed price.
Good deal.
Yeah, that one's a very good deal, especially with that 3070. And then the last one is a Dell XPS. It's the XPS 8950. This one comes with a 12th gen Intel Core i7-12700. Turbo's up to 4.9 gigahertz. It's got 64 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM, 1 terabyte NVMe SSD plus a 1 terabyte physical hard drive and a 3060 Ti. So this one has got a lot of horsepower behind it for not a lot of money. This is 28% off right now. Oh, and it also has a DVD burner. Not that anybody ever uses those, but it's there if you want it. But for $1,685, you're getting a lot of PC for $1,600 there, with that DDR5, a 3060 Ti, and a 12th gen i7 processor. So again, that one would be easily upgradable for future upgrades if you wanted to, with the graphics card or your memory, but you really wouldn't have to with 64 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM. That's really cutting edge right now. That's the fastest RAM that's available.
Yeah, Dandrak was asking for a link, and they're all in Discord in sales and
Yep.
all of these are there.
All of these are.
All of them. Everything we do in TLDR is posted to Discord. So even if you can't catch it, you can always catch up pretty quickly. Very rarely do we go outside those lines.
All right, so those are all of the PCs. The next one that I have up is for audio, because I mentioned earlier that I do love my audio. There is a pair of Klipsch R515 PM powered Bluetooth speakers. Again, this is available in Discord. These are fairly high end. Normally they're $600 for a pair. They are 50% off right now at $299.99. You don't need an amplifier. You don't need anything in this. This is basically plug and play. It's got RCA connectors on the back. It's got SPDIF, which is optical. And it also has a port for a sub. And you can directly hook your record player up to this. If somebody is wanting to start using a record player, it's got a preamp built into it for phono. So it's got a line in or phono, and it's got the ground over there to where you can ground out your record player. So if this is somebody looking to get into higher end audio, this is a perfect choice right here, with tons of options for not a lot of money. $299.
That's decent.
Yeah. All right. The next one that I have here is a game. Excuse me. It's Dead Space, the remake. It's for Xbox Series X, but this link, once you click that, again in Discord, all the links are available there under sales, deals, and discounts. You have the option to choose PS5 as well. Both of those are on sale, so you can get it for PC, Steam. It's $59 as opposed to $70 right now. PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X is even less though, so you can get it for $49.99 for the PlayStation and $49.99 for the Xbox. And this is a brand new title, 29% off of its normal price. If you're into survival horror games, it's good. Me, I'm too big of a chicken. I played it for about 15 minutes and said, nope, I'm good.
Yep, further than I did.
Yep, I did 15 minutes and I said, no, this is not for me, and got my refund on Steam. But yeah, if visually it was stunning, it looks amazing. But if this is something that you're interested in and you're looking to get the new Dead Space, then here you go, $49.99. The next one is more for pop culture, geeky, and movie buffs. This is the Friday the 13th collection on Blu-ray. This is every movie that's been made, the entire collection, in a big box set. Right now it's 50% off. Normally you're going to pay $160. You can get it for $79.99. And I thought that was pretty awesome. It comes with an art book, bonus discs. All of them are also on Blu-ray. So you're saving a lot of money here Like I said, a normal price, $160. You can get it for $79.99, all on Blu-ray. So I know you're not much into the gore and the horror genre, but
Definitely not.
some people are. I am. I thought this was a good deal for the price, $79.99. And the next one that I have, the last one for the day, is the Apple 2021 MacBook Pro, the M1. This is also on Amazon. Again, you can take a look at that using the link in Discord. But this is the 16-inch version. It is on sale right now, 20% off. Normally it's $2,500. Right now you can get the M1 16-inch MacBook Pro for $19.99.
Dude.
Yep. And that is space gray with a 512 gigabyte hard drive.
Yeah, but wow.
Yep. Had this been available when I bought mine, I may have got this.
Well, I don't know. I mean, you ended up with a pretty good one. So.
I did. But for this price at $19.99 for the 16-inch model with the M1, yeah, this is a really good deal because you normally don't see Apple devices fall this low.
That's great.
So this was the best deal of the day. That's why I left it for last.
Yeah.
At 20% off at $19.99, this is a heck of a deal for an Apple Silicon.
And again, you can find all these on Discord. We're also sharing them in the newsletter. The newsletter, this week's newsletter, just went out. Newsletter is kind of like a roundup of like what else got published. Now, granted, in there we're not even sharing everything that gets published. I push stuff to like Instagram sometimes, TikTok, and what have you. But like all of the TLDR archives are getting put there. Any shorter tech videos that I might do, most of them should be going in there. The TikToks are pretty much the only ones that I'm really not sticking in there at this time. I've got a few other things that I need to show, but they're not really tech related, so I'll save that for people who stick around here. I got some Muppet figures and some Star Wars things that Jedi should not have seen, but she did. Dang it! So I'm gonna have to figure out. Well, because they were supposed to be from the Easter Bunny, and
yeah, I've had that happen before.
So I'm like, no, this is for me. No, the Easter Bunny brought that. The Easter Bunny's not gonna bring it. He brought that. I got this for you. You saw it. So anyway, I'll figure out how to make it work. And thank you for tuning in, everyone. Appreciate you being here, potentially even joining the actual live stream. Sorry if I burped there. Joining the actual live stream. You can jump in, play a video game, share your screen anytime, day or night. We're typically talking tech, geeking out 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at live.pirillo.com. We'll see you later.